Everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been maybe 2 weeks since I recorded, so I'm really excited to be back with you with another video. So today, short video, but I want to go back. I want to talk about going, not, and I don't want to say going back, but remembering, that's a good word. Remembering the basics of what you believe is possible for your life. Okay. Not what is realistic, not what is logical, but really asking yourself the question, what do I believe is possible for me? And the reason why that question, in us remembering to ask that, is because asking those certain questions like that, it takes the constructs off how we limit ourselves. It takes constructs off how other people have tried to limit us when it comes to us living the life that we know we're meant to live. Um, Reaching that, but then also on the journey to it. All of that counts as what we believe is possible for us. Okay, so there's two things, two stories maybe that I want to just share to to illustrate this. So I was having lunch at a restaurant that, this is the type of restaurant where, if you don't have a reservation, you won't be eating there. Um, it's a type of restaurant where a hamburger is $30, $30 to $40 without the fries. Uh, and you might get, a few pieces of lettuce on the side that counts as your salad. This is the type of restaurant where, it's easy to spend, maybe 1,200, 1,500, $2,000 for lunch. This type of restaurant where, valet parking, that's probably going to be the only way that you can park your car in that parking lot. When you get to this restaurant, all you see, any type of luxury car that you can think of, you see it in the parking lot. It is a restaurant that is internationally known. So this type of restaurant. And I am the type of person, I love luxury. I love being around it. Some people may call it materialistic. I will take that as long as you put a capital M with it. Uh, but I loved being in that environment. So, as we finished lunch and, we're waiting on the car for the valet, someone says, just, not prompted, no one was saying anything. Actually, no one, was talking while we were waiting, for the valet. So it was just really this random comment. Someone says, and you can, see this person, they're looking around at all these cars, these Maseratis, the Rolls Royces, all of that. And so, I mean, and I'm looking in admiration. I'm inspired by that. So all of a sudden this person says, well, I'm just I'm just not inspired. Or no, they didn't say that. They said, I'm not impressed with any of this. And my first thought is, okay, that was random. No one asked you. But then, I started thinking, my response, I didn't respond right away, but I finally responded with, oh, I love seeing all of this. This is very inspirational to me. I love being around this. It's motivating. You know, I took a positive spin. My positive spin, it was really how I felt. And so, you know, the individual just kind of ended, his, I don't know, angst about what he was seeing. But I started to think, okay, this person's angst is not with what he's seeing. Perhaps he's feeling a certain way because this is what he really wants. This is the type of life that he wants to live all the time. But he has put constraints on himself to make him resent what he's seeing. So it's not about the car. It's not about, the $1,500 or $2,000 lunch bill. It was about seeing everything there reminded him of the limits that he's placed on himself. Now, this next thing that I'm about to say, if you, so this is a person that has, been in his job, his position for almost a decade, doing the same thing over and over again. I'm not in his pockets. I don't know how much he makes, but it doesn't matter. But seeing this person even before the lunch, you can tell that this person has settled into the life that they have. Settling into the life that they have, knowing, okay, there's more for me. I know there is. They've settled into this life where they have plateaued and they know that there's more. But perhaps they haven't stopped themselves to say, okay, what do I believe is possible for me? If I'm not fully fulfilled here, what would it take? What would it take for me to say, first of all, what would it take for me to say, first of all, I do want more. I know there's more. And I know that the possibility is there. That's the first step. Forget about the steps to take, but just asking yourself those questions. So, all this is running through my mind, which prompted this video. And so then, I was talking to another person. This individual has a vision, and the vision is so tied into their personality, the way that they are it's a beautiful thing. And, they express some things about what is happening in their current life. On one hand, what has happened is a wonderful thing. And on the other side is, okay, this wonderful thing has happened to me, but now, I still want that vision. And so how do I get from here to here? Is what I'm doing now, is that the thing that I really need to do? Or have I put constructs on myself to make me believe, okay, I have to do it this way, and this way? And so they actually sent me a text message saying, and I won't read the whole text message, but the gist of the text message was, what would be required of me to ask myself, what is possible? What am I looking at as impossible? And I can flip that to what is actually possible for me. What would that require of me? Well, first is going to require you to ask the question, to be courageous enough, to be bold enough to ask the question. Number two is going to require you to sit quietly enough to get the answer. And then also it may require you to consider where those constructs, those limiting constructs came from. And it may require you not to tell anyone about what you believe is possible, because 9 times out of 10, and I've said this before on this channel, many times we don't allow ourselves to think outside. We tend to, when it comes to our vision, we got this big, huge, these visions of grandeur and how we want to live. And when I say visions of grandeur, I mean that in a positive way, because sometimes when we hear that phrase, it comes off as negative. But those grand visions, and then we stop ourselves and say, oh, wait, 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 it's too big. So let me reel it back in. Because a construct said, wherever the construct came from, a construct said, nope, I got to do this, this, and this, and this. So, for example, and this is going to be, maybe triggering for someone, but no one died from being triggered, so it'll be okay. So, for example, if let's say you are a painter, and let's say that you may have started off your career as a painter, but someone gave you the construct, said, and saying, telling you, hey, you know what? I know you want to be a painter, but you're going to have to get a job doing something that you don't want to do first before you can paint. And then after you've worked that job that you don't like for 10, 15 years, you save up all this money, then you can go be a painter. That's a construct. But what if the same person, you as the same painter, what if you said, well, wait a minute, I'm an artist. I was born to do this. I see my art in museums. As a matter of fact, I see myself opening up my own museum, curating other art, to be a curator for other artists as well. How about this be my thing? How about I can spend my 100% of my time working on my creations, being fully supplied with everything that I need in abundance, not having to split my energy between doing something that I can't stand versus being the creator that my soul came here to be, to do, being the painter that I came here to be. Why do I have to split up my time? That construct, you see what I'm saying? So I bring up those two examples with, the guy getting bent out of shape because he's not so-called impressed by all this luxury that he's surrounded by. How could you not be? And then the text message that I got from the person, I wanted to bring those two together because it was just like the perfect marriage for this video. And so allow yourself to ask those questions. What is possible? What is possible? And just allow yourself to write. No constructs. Get in a quiet place. And, I'm not talking, and unless you want to, I'm not talking about, writing 20 pages, again, unless you want to. But just give yourself a few minutes to say, well, wouldn't it be cool if, let's go back to the painter example. Wouldn't it be cool if I could paint all day and sell my paintings and have people coming to me, commissioning me for paintings, and I'm spending my time creating these beautiful images to bring peace to an environment, to bring peace to someone's home. I'm creating this piece that represents abundance for perhaps a business owner to put up in their business. Think about that. So gift yourself the time to do that. The next time you sit down, or the next time you even think about your vision and what you want, ask yourself, am I putting a limit? Am I allowing myself to hide underneath these constructs because I don't want to, I want to be realistic. I want to be logical. Forget all that. Forget all of that. And gift yourself time to ask those questions about what is possible for you to live fully, to live how your soul wants to live every day. I'm all about, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I am all about following joy now, not delaying living out your soul expression, living out your soul desire, not putting that on the back burner because you told yourself, well, I gotta do this, and this first, and then I'll do what brings me joy. No, you live out your joy now because your life is now. Okay? So, like and subscribe. And also, too, if you have any questions, I think I always forget to say this, but if you have any questions, leave me a comment. Also, speaking of joy, one of my joys is writing stories. So I'm going to put the link in my bio, or excuse me, the link in underneath the description for this video. There are two links to my novels that I've written. It's actually part one and part two of a story about a woman who is on a journey, continuous journey of self-expression, of coming into her own, of who she wants to be and how she wants to live. And the story has really taken on a life of its own. It's really turned into a sexy thriller, really. And so if you are, into fiction, and you're into, there's some humor, and you're into some mystery, check out those two links. The novel is called Untapped, and it's part one and part two. Again, I will put the links in the description. For part one, the physical book is available. For part two, right now, it is just an ebook. Okay, that's going to change soon. But so check them out. Check them out. If you know someone that maybe you're not into fiction, but you know someone that is, perfect gift. Books are always perfect gifts. So check them out. And let's see, what else? What else? Oh, again, I want to stress, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave me the question in the comments, and share this video. And yeah, so that's it. That's what I wanted to say for this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, cheers.